Hello everyone, I'm She's87, and this is Let's Play Final Fantasy III bonus video, where we fight the Superboss, who, oh, he's a doozy of a boss fight. As you can tell, we have done some extreme off-screen grinding based on the levels. We're about almost 40 levels higher than we were when we beat the game. And also, just want to stress exactly how long that took. If you can see, our playtime was about 42 hours. That is about, I think it took 25 in-game hours for us to beat the game, so it took almost as long to grind up to this boss fight as it did to beat the game. So we're going to talk a little bit briefly about our strategy for this boss fight, and a little bit of the grinding, and then how to actually do this boss fight, how to unlock it, and then we'll jump right in a couple minutes. So, first things first, our setup is going to be Luneth as a black belt. He's honestly pretty useless for this boss fight. He's just there to tank hits, hopefully. Ark and Rafia are our damage dealers as ninjas, and Ignis is a devout. Equipment doesn't really matter for them. I gave him a Genji shield just because literally they just need to tank up. All of their damage is going to come from throwing shurikens, which I bought like 99 of, even though we don't need that many, but I just had infinite money because you can... I talked about the gil cap. It actually does go over 1 million in this game, so I think I had like 6 million gil at one point. So I just bought like 99 of that and still had several million left over. What else is there that I wanted to mention? Everyone's in the back row to minimize physical damage, because that's mainly where most of this guy's attacks come from. He has like one magic attack, but there's nothing really we can do about that. Anything ribbons, because I think his move's called status ailments. I guess that's it. The boss fight itself is located right here, about halfway between the floating continent and Doga, this little continent. To unlock it, basically you need to do all the side dungeons, like the Leviathan, Odin, and Bahamut. You've got to get all the Magnet letters from everyone, which the only really tricky one there is getting the last Alis letter, or King Alis, and you have to have 80% of the chests open, which is kind of a pain in the ass, because I got to the end of the game and had like 70%. And had to run back to all these different dungeons and like try and find chests to open that I had skipped over with like trash equipment. So yeah, and after you get all the Magnet stuff, you'll get the last King Alis letter, and he'll kind of tell you about this mysterious dungeon. And if you come here, you can see it. It's that little black spot there. And if you sail upwards, straight up, and here it is, the question mark dungeon. There are enemies here. It's basically 3 different types of dragons. They give pretty good experience, but they're really strong, and you can't really grind them effectively until you're like level 80, approximately, like 75-ish, 80. So it's best to, the way I grinded was just doing Bahamut's Lair, the second area, because every encounter is a group of 3 enemies, and they give about 6,000 experience, and you can very easily just kind of passively grind, just by having like 3 people attack and have like Ignis guard. And you don't even have to pay attention to the game. That's how I did most of my grind. It was just watching stuff while just kind of slowly hitting the A button on my controller with it in my lap. So, I wonder how long it took nature to form a cave like this. Who cares? There's nothing here. Forget it. Let's get out of here. Yes, let's just get out of here. Luneth, behind you! What? You're too big to sneak up on people like that. So here it is, the Superboss, Iron Giant. 200,000. I wish he only had 20,000 HP. 200,000 HP. He attacks 4 times per turn. Usually 3 physical attacks, followed by a meteor, which is a magic damage attack that hits everyone. So basically, Luneth just guards, and we just hope that nobody dies while we chunk shurikens at his ass. Where are my shurikens? There we go. Because these will do... I don't exactly know how much damage they do. They break the damage cap. Like, they do over 10,000 at least, but I don't know if it's like 15,000, 20,000. I have no real clue. Ignis just courages like his life depends on it, and maybe arises if somebody dies, which hopefully won't happen. Now, what we want to happen is we want Luneth to get hit. Like, Luneth is the best person to take damage because he has the black belt robe, like the level 99 black belt robe, which gives him the highest defense of everybody. So he really doesn't take very much damage from the physical attacks. Also, I think I showed that Ark has a Genji shield just because, like I said, he doesn't, I guess physical weapons don't matter. I didn't have another one. I guess I should have looked to see if you can actually get another shield that ninjas can use, but I neglected to do that because I'm pretty sure we're strong enough, and I was pretty dumb at this game. When I got to the point where I'm like, I can beat this dude, when Rafia got to be a level 99 ninja, I'm like, okay, we can win at this point. So Ignis will always go last because he has pretty low agility, since I did most of his grinding actually as a sage, not a devout. That is fucking awful. I think we just lost. He didn't meteor, which is good, but at the same time, I think we had to have Arc Guard and Rafia throw, because if they both die, it's over. He can't hit Arc. Okay, if Meteor kills Arc, we lose. If he hits Arc, we lose. We still lost, because Ignis is not going to act fast enough. Because Arc is going to die here. 100%. Ignis will die to... Yeah, I think we lost. Him killing... Like, Ignis cannot die. That's kind of, like, one of the bad things about this fight, is he's so important. And he's never going to go first, because his agility is so slow. Yeah, we lost. We'll just cut back to the beginning of a new fight. Alright, so let's try this again. He could be a little tricky. I know we can beat him, though. Let's just say I'm positive of that. It takes a little luck, but we can definitely do it. And I don't really want to grind anymore. I probably should have, but also I'd like to try and beat this because, I mean, if you grind more, then the fight kind of becomes like a joke. And so I'd like to do it while it's at least somewhat of a challenge. I guess one thing I could also talk about is the way I got everyone's HP up. I basically had everyone except Ignis level as a black belt. Ignis leveled as a sage just because they have a higher hit gain than devouts. And that's like something that's really important for this fight, is having raw HP, because you can only get so much defense. So we got unlucky that he hit Ignis like 3 times in a row, which is like very unlikely for that to happen. Usually Ignis is pretty survivable just because he doesn't take that much damage from Meteor. It's really Lunith that like gets fucked up by Meteor. But he kind of makes up for it by not taking much damage from physical attacks. Like, see, he takes almost nothing from his physical attacks. I probably should have actually grinded Lunith as a ninja too, but that was going to take like an extra like 2 or 3 hours to get him up to level 99 as a ninja. So, because originally I was going to do this fight just with our base classes, and then I realized that Dragoons were fucking useless in this battle. Like, even with the best equipment and a jump, she did like 2,000 damage. And that's just, like, you did, like, less than 1% of his HP. Or, like, yeah, whatever. But right at about 1%, so it'd only take 100 of those. And then when she jumps up, she, like, makes everyone else easier to kill, because a lot of this is just hoping he attacks different targets and he doesn't focus fire too much. One thing that does kind of suck is that Ignis' Karajas aren't actually full heals. Their heals are about 4,000, almost 5,000. Which isn't quite enough to, like, Lunith is going to be at max HP after this. He's not really the one we have to worry about. It's very hard to kill him. I think it takes about 20 shurikens to kill, because I think they do just a little bit over 10,000. One thing that does suck about shurikens is they can miss. It's a pretty, I don't know what the actual chance is, but when you're at level 99, it's a very, very low chance for your throw to miss, but it can happen. I've had it happen. Okay, that's perfect. He hit Luna 3 times. That's just like a free round. That's like a free 20k damage right there. So we had to last about 10 rounds, I think. Maybe like 9-ish. 8 or 9 rounds, I think. Assuming all shurikens hit and everything and nobody dies and things like that. So it's a pretty straightforward fight. I mean, I mainly just grinded out to do this just because I want to, because this is like one of the few super bosses in Final Fantasy I've never beaten. It's like this one, I've never done the one in Final Fantasy IV, because you have to like rebeat the game or some bullshit for that, like in the remake at least. Because I don't think there's a super boss in the original. I don't think any of the original games actually had super bosses. Only the remake side of them. I think 5 was the first one to have them with Omega Weapon, and Shinryu kind of is a super boss. Not really. He's just like a really strong enemy that can attack you in a chest, and it's horseshit. But we'll get there when I Let's Play that game. That's probably going to be at least a couple years off, though. Because I don't know, like, since at this point there's not really much to talk about. Okay, he does start using Swipe when he gets to about half HP, and Swipe is strong. That did way more damage than I thought it would. Okay, that's... Don't hit Ignis, don't hit Ignis. We're gonna get the Karaja off, and now the question is, do I just continue on with Rafia dead? Or do I arise her? I think I have to arise her. Because we haven't done enough damage. He's at about half. And if we continue on just using Arc to throw, it's going to make us harder. We're going to take more damage per turn. God, that does so much damage. I mean, even Luna took 4,000. How the hell did Luna take 4,000 damage? Well, we lost again. Huh. I don't know what we'll do. I think I want to show all the attempts, regardless, because this fight's not... Oh, we won! Okay. Arc the God? With the clutch? Okay. Easy 100,000 gil. Easy 50k XP, which I don't need. That's not even a level. That's like 1/5 of a level at this point. What was that thing anyway? It certainly was a beast. Perhaps it is connected to the shooting star that King Ayla spoke of. It doesn't matter. We beat it. Damn right you did. Dude, Arc is a literal GOD, man. Yeah, we did. I guess we're getting shut up, Rafia. You died. I don't want to hear any lip from you or Ignis. Indeed, I do not think I could have faced such a thing and lived when I was in Sass. No, I'm pretty sure you would have just died instantly because you had like 100 HP. You would have literally been hit for 100,000 damage if he had attacked you back then. Our journey awaits. And we got a metal card, which is like your proof that you beat old dude. Oh, it fully healed us. Does it say anything if you like interact with the sword? Nope. Well, this game is done. 2 tries. That's not so bad. I'm glad I didn't cut away, because I was about to stop talking and cut away, thinking that we had lost. But yeah, so that's the game. That's Final Fantasy III. I have no clue what's going to replace this game. I've got about a month to decide that, because as of recording, part 14 hasn't even gone up. So, and this is going to be, there's basically 4 more parts. I don't know. Part of me kind of does want to play Final Fantasy IV, but I think I'm going to take a break from the Final Fantasies for the channel. Might come back to that soonish, though. Maybe the Let's Play after whatever I have replaced this. But yeah, that's enough of me talking about nonsense. I'm McCheesy87. Stay tuned for the next Let's Play, and bye, guys.